Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Alright, I've seen this tier list maker on other YouTube channels of various content and decided to make one here. We're going to rank the restaurants here in my market. Dash and Dave's Doordash restaurant pickup rankings for September 2022. This includes Grubhub and Uber Eats, as most of them have overlap. I'll tell you, as I went through this, I did it live and recorded it, but it took over a half an hour, so we're just going to look at the final results, and I'll give you the, my 2 cents worth on all this. But what was real interesting and what I want to comment is, had I done this about 3 months ago, there would be some differences in the ranking, and I'll point that out as we go. I might make this kind of a semi-regular thing, and we'll see how things progress. All right, let's get to it. Alright, so here's the scale. At the top in gold, all-star great pickups. These are restaurants that you just love to go to and love to pick up at. Then we have the standard letter grade A, B, C, D, and F. This is totally subjective on my opinion, but I do have some criteria. Ease of getting in and out of the restaurants, both with the vehicle and, walking in and out. Is the order ready on the shelf? How long's the wait time? What are the people like? Are they personable? Are they friendly? Do they ignore you? Do you feel like a ghost? What are the people that are working the restaurant like? Are they happy to be there? Are they like zombies just shuffling through the work? And last but not least is location, location, location. Sometimes that plays into it. Am I going to drive halfway across town for a $5.75 order? All right, let's get into it. Starting at the bottom of the barrel, F category, Fazoli's. Actually, Fazoli's would have been an A restaurant. Easy pickups, always ready, up until about a week ago, and they closed their doors, so they're gone. They're no longer in our market. Panda Express. This is the one that's located in the Memorial Union in the heart of campus. No parking. You're walking literally a quarter mile inside the Memorial Union to the food court. The girls there don't care if you're there or not. They never look up and ask you who you're looking for. It's just a terrible place to pick up. Pepper Jack's Grill. Custom on-demand cooking. If there's 3 people in line when you walk in there and your order's not ready, it is going to be a wait time. Getting in and out to the physical property is not that bad. It is on South Duff. At the height of noon rush, it can be a pain getting in and out of there, but it's the fact that you're waiting. Taco Bell. I've talked about them several times on this channel. Half the time the lobby's not open. The people there are zombies. There's been 1 or 2 people there that are actually pretty good, but when I have to go through the drive-thru at 9 a.m. in the morning, I'm just avoiding it. Wendy's, same exact thing. Now, they've got a patio door that they have designated for us delivery people to use when the lobby's closed and everybody's going through the drive-thru. Thank you very much. But they don't utilize it all the time. My God, I've gone up there at least 3 times and pulled on that door and it's freaking locked. What good is having a sign on the door saying delivery, enter here, when you've got the freaking door locked? Wendy's, I don't go there anymore. Wingstop. Had too many issues with them, too long of wait times. That time that I was standing there and they finally gave me the order and the cup to fill and there was no ice in the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, irregardless of the fact that there were 5 or 6 walk-in customers standing there drinking ice-free drinks waiting for their orders. And I said, hey, can I get some ice? And he goes, we'll get to it when we can. One of you 2 dudes can't fill up a 5-gallon bucket with ice and dump it at the top of the freaking machine. Take you 1 minute to do that. You got all these customers in here and I delivered a drink with no ice in it. Never go there again. Complete lack of professionalism. Moving up to the D category, first off the bat, Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, half the time the order's ready, the other half the time you're waiting. And not very long wait times, but the staff just absolutely ignores you. Their location on South Duff can be a real pain to get in and out of. Parking's okay. I've learned an escape route where you actually drive towards Target and then come around on South 5th to get out of there at the high rush times on South Duff. But, it's the fact that 7 or 8 people will walk by you constantly and just never acknowledge you're standing there. That just really bugs me. Right next to that, Cafe Baudelaire and then Mr. Burrito. I've never been to either one of those places. The only reason I give them a D, in the heart of Campus Town on Lincoln Way on a short block. They're in the middle of the block. Never is there any available parking, and if you're parking on the side streets, you know, you're walking quite a distance, plus you're illegally parked on the side streets. I prefer to keep kind of an eye on Speedwagon when I'm parking illegal. But I've never been there, so I really can't say anything other than this one is location, location, location. We have two Casey's in town. The one that's represented here in the D category is the one that is on Lincoln Way. Now, just a few months ago, they would have been up in the A category, but they've had some monumental staffing changes, including managers and the cookers, the guys in the kitchen. It just kind of reeks of unprofessionalism now. I've noticed a dramatic decrease in orders from that store, you know, the offers that I get. So they're also on Clark and Lincoln Way with a real tiny corner lot. It can be a real pain getting in and out of there. So they used to be an A, but they're now down to a D. We have two McDonald's in town. The one represented here in the D category is the McDonald's on the east side of town on South Duff. Just much like the Casey's right next to it. A few months ago, I would have given them a B or a C, but staffing issues, the lobby's closed quite a bit. They will put a sign up on the door that the lobby's closed, please go through the drive-thru, and then the next day they don't put the sign up, so you go up there, you think the lobby's open, you pull in the door, break your wrist because the door's freaking locked. You just can't count on these guys to be open, you know, and some wait times and all that, but you know, they've been up, they've been down. During the height of lunch rush, I just don't go there. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., maybe I will. 2 p.m., maybe I will. You know, it all depends on the order size and where I'm at and how I feel. You know, when you just can't count on a place being open, it really harshes your buzz. Panchero's Mexican Grill, on-demand cooking. Again, if there's 3 or 4 people in line, you're waiting, and not a very good location to get in and out of. Taza Mediterranean, brand new restaurant in the town. I've been there once. It was during the height of lunch. I'd never been there before. I'd seen it a couple times. I decided to give it a try. They completely ignored me. On-demand custom cooking right down in front of you. The restaurant was busy. I unassigned the order and went on. That, you know, was my first experience with them. I'll give them another shot at a later date. Moving on up to the C grade. The first one off the bat, Brick City Bar and Grill. New player to Doordash. In fact, about a month and a half ago, I was their very first Doordash delivery. The only problem with them is location. Way up in the Somerset Village in North Ames. Not a lot of other restaurants around them. So a lot of times you'll get a Brick City pickup if you're 3 miles away and it's being delivered 3 miles away, but it's a $5.75 order. You know, it's like, I just can't do it. Too much mileage. Bergie's Coffee, they're kind of the local player answer to Starbucks, and again, the exact opposite. They're way on the south end of town. Same thing. Long delivery distances, and the staff there just isn't too personable in my opinion. The next 3, Firehouse Subs, Five Guys, and Who Hot, all located in the same basic strip mall. They do have a light that'll let you get in and out on South Duff there from the parking, a traffic light. In the ranking, Firehouse is probably the best of the 3. Most of the time the orders are done. Five Guys never had an order ready. They do it right there in front of you, and if there's 3 or 4 people waiting in line, it can be a little bit of a wait. But the Five Guys people are really friendly. Who Hot, same thing. Custom on-demand cooking. If the restaurant's full and they haven't gotten to the order, you could be waiting a while. Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room on the south side there. Generally some wait times. There's never anybody walking around, nobody at the hostess station. It takes forever for somebody to figure out that you're there. But some wait times and all that, good parking and all that. It's just their location, and the personnel are just not what I would call friendly. Okay, Panera Bread. Wow, they're down in C. You know, a few months ago, about in, say, April or May, would have given them an A. They've had some staffing issues, some cooks problems, long waits. I've mentioned this before, where the walk-in crowd is being told it's going to be a 40-minute wait before their food can be delivered to them in the restaurant at the table, and that just all affects the delivery too. Used to be banging orders. We all used to hang out there, but I've talked to several Dashers in the market, and they all say the same thing. What the hell happened to Panera? All right next to them, Faux and Tea. They're all the way up at the mall. Only been there a few times. Real nice people, but it's location. They're just so far out of the way. If you get an order from them, if you're not right there from delivery up to North Ames, some pretty high mileage. Pizza Ranch, same thing. They're way out on the northeast end of town. Nothing around them except Cabin Coffee. Pizza Ranch, I've been there several times when I happen to be out in that area, or it's a really banger that is worth my while to drive all the way out there, then drive back into town. And with them, the only reason they're at a C is location, location, location. Village Inn right next to them. They're in the heart of the Duff Zone on Lincoln Way. There's been some staff issues there. The last couple times I've been there, the new kids they got are right on the ball. You walk in there, they ask you who you're for. I'd like to see them move up a little bit higher in the ranking because they are pretty popular. I have avoided going there for months at a time just because it took so long, but like I said, things are changing. A couple months ago they would have been an F, now they're up to C. Alright, moving up into the B grade, getting to the top half of the chart right off the bat, we're going to talk about Applebee's. They have a brick and mortar business and their own parking. Pretty easy in and out. I've had some good orders from Applebee's. The people are pretty pleasant. The only reason they're not getting a better grade is frequency, and that's one of my kind of criteria, if you will, is you don't get a lot of orders from Applebee's, but usually they're pretty good. Blaze Pizza in the heart of Campus Town. Parking on Lincoln Way in Campus Town can be a pain, but there is an underground garage for an apartment complex right next to them, so I call that a cutout. There's plenty of room to pull in there, plenty of room for even big old speed wagon. Park illegally, hit your hazards, walk into Blaze, get the pizza, get out and go. Some wait times at times when they're really, really busy, but a good place to pick up and a good place to deliver from. It's just the wait times and the parking is what's not getting them any higher of a grade. People are pretty good there. They're right on the spot. You walk in and they ask you who you're there for, and so anyway, yeah, I wish I could give them a better grade, but it's the location that's giving them a B right now. Dunkin Donuts, a couple blocks away from Blaze. They have a standalone building, very, very little parking. When the people are pulling into the drive-thru, they can spill out on the Lincoln Way or on the Sheldon there and back up traffic and all that. The people at Dunkin, with the exception of one gal, they just walk around like zombies. They're not moving very fast. 3 or 4 people in there and they're backed up. Nobody asks you who you're there for or whatever, with the exception of that one gal. So it's just they're people. They're just zombies. They're zombies. But Dunkin is rewarded with a B grade because of the frequency that the orders come out of there. So a pretty good pay out of there. Alright, the Hy-Vee that we see here in the B grade, that is the one that is on West Ames in their own little building there. I haven't been there a whole lot of times. There has been some wait times. The people kind of walk around. They don't really acknowledge you. That's one of the things that really bugs me when people, they see you and they just ignore you. That bugs me. Jersey Mike Subs. I tell you what, about 2 months ago, they would have been a solid F. You never knew when they were open, but the place has since changed hands, physically, the ownership and the management, and now that you get an order there, I walk in there every single time. It's ready. You don't even have to talk to people. It's on the shelf there. They could get an A. They could get an A or even a gold star, all-star pickup. Because they're located right next to Abelardo's, Tropical Smoothie, and Little Caesars, so you get a lot of doubles in that area. They're all within like 200 or 300 yards. Some of them share the same parking lots. So yeah, Jersey Mike's a couple months ago would have been an F. They're now up to a B. Jethro's Barbecue, down on the south side, their own building, easy in, easy out. Every single time that I've gone in there, the order's ready. Real personable people. They ask you who you there are picking up for. They acknowledge you. The only reason they're not any higher is frequency. Just haven't been there that many times. Little Caesars Pizza. As I mentioned, they're pretty much right next door. In fact, they share the same building with Jersey Mike's. Had some wait times there if they get backed up and they get busy, but real friendly people there. I know the franchise owner and I chat with him and all that, so they're getting a B, and some of it is just the fact that there's wait times, and that's the way it is. Mr. Beast Burger and Perkins, they're in the same building. Mr. Beast is one of those virtual kitchens, and I tell you, Perkins, A few months ago, they would have been down to a D or an F, along with, you know, Mr. Beast Burger there. But I think they've done some staffing changes, and I think there's more skillful people in the kitchen. 9 times out of 10 now, the order is there already in the cubby for you to pick up. And they also proactively shut down deliveries when there's very high customer demand, walk-in demand. And if there's up to a half-hour wait to get in and get a table, they will shut down the delivery, which is good for everybody. You know, at least we're not waiting for the orders, and the customers to sit down, walk-in customers are being taken care of. Potbelly Sub Sandwiches out in the heart of Campanstown, just a couple doors down from Blaze Pizza. You can use the same cutout to you know, pull over, park, and hit your hazards. Potbelly, most of the time, the orders are there. The people are pretty friendly. The one note about Potbelly is, as far as Grubhub is concerned, Potbelly will not start preparing the order until the Grubhub driver shows up. And that's because, talking to the manager, frequently they have had a Grubhub order where nobody ever came to pick it up, and they prepared the food and they throw it away, which is really strange because Grubhub usually pays pretty good. So I kind of avoid Potbelly when I see a Grubhub offer, but if it's a Doordash offer and I'm in the area and it's a good payout, I head right there. Taco John's. Boy, I tell you, a couple months ago they would have been a solid F, but some things have changed up. They've got more staffing in there. 9 times out of 10, the order's just there, ready for you, waiting. If not, it's just a couple minutes. Everybody's attitude that has been there before and after the staffing changes has changed dramatically for the good. And so, yeah, it's a pleasure to go to Taco John's now. All right, we're up to the A-lister stores. Every single one of these stores, if an offer pops up and I happen to be too far away and it just doesn't meet the metric, I feel like I'm letting them down, both the store and the customer, by not going and getting that order, if you know what I mean. It's just a matter of the metrics and the pay and my location. I rarely turn one of these down if it meets the metrics. Some quick notes: the Casey's being represented here in the A, they're on the south side. They're really out of the zone, if you will, but if I'm in the area after making a delivery down to that subdivision down there, I'll hit them every time. Good people there, very professional feeling in that store. Cold Stone Creamery, that's on-demand work, so the order's already been placed, the order's already been fulfilled when it gets pushed out to Doordash, so you walk in, grab, and go. Back up here a second to Arby's. They're one of the few restaurants in town, this came out of COVID, where they actually put a long sticker seal over the drinks. They don't require you to fill it, and they seal the drink with that long sticker, anti-tamper. That's the law here in Iowa now. I give them high marks for that. The Hy-Vee represented here is the one that's on Lincoln Way and Grand. Now, I tell you what, a couple months ago they would have been a solid F, but they've had some staffing changes, and now the people there are really personable. They ask you who you're there for, to pick up for. The order's done 9 times out of 10. The wait time is not that long if you have to wait. Noodles and Company, just love going there. It's always done, sitting on the table ready for you to pick up. Our lone Pizza Hut in town, in Hy-Vee Center there, plenty of parking, easy in, easy out, and usually the order's done. The Subway that's represented here, we have a total of 5 in our town. This is the one that's on Lincoln Way, standalone building, their own parking lot. The order is done 100% of the time. The Spice Thai Cuisine on Main Street, plenty of parking behind Main, easy in, easy out, order's done 100% of the time. Wasabi Sushi, they're way down on South Ames all by themselves, but high dollar food and usually some high payouts. Has been some long wait times, but the payouts make up for that. Tea Time and Walk and Roll. Oh, I love that name, Walk and Roll. They're in the heart of Campustown on Welch Avenue, directly across the street from each other, but there are bike lanes on both sides of Welch, so you can just pull up, get to the curb, hit your hazards, run in and out. Great pickups, always done. And I'll tell you this, Tea Time, a lot of people have figured out the double dash. I've gone to Arby's, I've gone to Chipotle, I've gone to Chick-fil-A or whatever, and then the person has the drink from Tea Time. So good double DoorDash pickups with that Tea Time. And that's the A-listers. Like I said, if for some reason or other I can't accept the order offer that comes up on the DoorDash screen for any one of these restaurants, I just think, damn, I wish I was a little bit closer or something, you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Top of the chart, Gold All-Star Great Pickups. These are the ones you go to every stinking time. It's a pleasure doing business with every single one of these merchant stores. I'll run through them here real quick in no particular order. Abelardo's Mexican, Cabin Coffee, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Lee's Restaurant, the McDonald's out on the west end of town. Just a fun crew to go get food from. It's always ready. They're just having a blast. Panda Express on the Duff Zone. Every time you walk in there, at least 3 of them say, "Hello, how you doing? Who you here for?" Red Lobster, not a lot of pickups there, but I've had like 3 or 4 or 5 large order caters from them that have made me collectively $200 or $300. Red Lobster comes in, I'm going every single time. Starbucks out in the heart of campus town, they only run with Uber Eats. They run with Uber Eats exclusively. Order's always done. The girls are real pleasant. You pull over there, hit your hazards, run in, run out. It takes literally seconds. Szechuan House, orders done 100% of the time. They don't have seating anymore in dining since COVID. They've shut all that down. It's just walk up. They don't have a drive-through, but it's walk up. You hit the bell, she comes over, you show them the phone, bang, you got the food and you go. Tacos El Primo taco truck. Yes, a taco truck. The most popular one in town. He's got it ready 100% of the time. Going to back up here for a quick second and give a shout out for Chick-fil-A and Chipotle. I know in a lot of markets, a lot of Dashers say those are the 2 stores that they absolutely refuse to go to. In my market, 100% of the time, the order's there ready for pickup. If it's not, there's an issue. And in both cases, at both stores, a previous Dasher mistakenly picked up my order, and they quickly got the whole thing reconciled. You know, one time I had to call Doordash support or whatever. But anyway, Chick-fil-A and Chipotle in my market, even though parking and getting in and out can be a pain, the order's there ready to go pick up 100% of the time. Abelardo's Mexican, like I said before, they share the same general area with Tropical Smoothie, Little Caesars, and Jersey Mike's. A lot of doubles come from that area. In and out real quick. The order's always done. Cabin Coffee, way out on the northeast end of town. Sometimes you'll get orders from them when you're just too far away to make it worth your while. But if you happen to be out in that area and then bring a coffee to somebody in town, that works out really, really good. Real nice people there at Cabin Coffee. They've recognized me. I'm carrying my hot bag. I walk in and I hear, "DoorDash is here." Love that kind of awareness and situational awareness and people being on top of the game. And then last but certainly not least, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Love the girls and the guys at Tropical Smoothie. They are just a pleasure to go in and talk to. I've become a smoothie junkie. I walk in, half of them call me out by name, kind of like Norm on Cheers and all that. There's the restaurant rankings as I see it for Ames, Iowa, September 2022. Like I said, maybe we'll do this again in a few months and see if anybody's moved up or down. All right, so if you're an Ames DoorDasher and you happen to see this, give me a thumbs up for putting this together. Then tell me down in the comments what you feel might be different, your experiences. All right, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.